Year 12, a couple of you have asked about the question 10 on the stats review, which when I went back and looked at it was a very valid question. It's not necessarily one we spent a lot of time on. Basically, usually, and in the majority of cases in the book, you are working with a probability distribution. So we would write that as, let me make sure I can see right, P x equals x. And that's your normal probability distribution. It gives you the probability for each value, okay? However, sometimes, and it hasn't come up much, but you never know, we deal with f of x, which is a cumulative. So it basically means it adds all the probabilities up until that point, okay? So for the function we've got here, which was f of x equals x plus k squared over 1, 2, 1, and the values given in the question were 2, 3, and 4, then if you work out f of 4, that actually gives you the probability of 2 and 3 and 4. If you work out f of 3, it's giving you the probability of 2 and 3. So it's like a cumulative, it's like your cumulative probability distribution for binomial, where if you work out the probability in your calculator of 4, it's actually adding everything up to 4. So for this question, when you're asked to find k, if you work out f of 4, that is working out the probability of 2 and 3 and 4, all the options. So f of 4 will be equal to 1. So if instead of putting in 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then adding them up, because it's an f function, a cumulative function, that means it's already done the adding up for you. So all we have to do is put 4 in here. So we'd end up with 4 plus k squared over 1, 2, 1 and equal it to 1 because all the probabilities have been added together already. Once you know that, it becomes very straightforward. We would end up with an answer, well, strictly speaking, we should end up with, we could end up with a positive or a negative, but we can't have negative probabilities. So our answer is going to be, k is going to be positive 7. So our cumulative distribution function is now going to be x plus 7 squared over 1, 2, 1. So that's pi. Part B asks you to work out the probability distribution function. So you're now looking at working out for x, the probability of each value for 2 and 3 and 4. We've got our cumulative distribution function here, okay? Now remember that adds it up. So if we work that out for 2, it's just going to give us 2 because that's the first one. But if we work it out for 3, it's going to give us the probability of 2 and 3 added together. If we work it out for 4, it's going to give us probability 2 and 3 and 4 added together, which we know would give us 1 because we already worked that out. So for the first one, the probability of 2 is equal to the probability, the cumulative probability of 2, because it's the same, it's the first one, so there's nothing else to add in. So to work out probability of 2, we just have to substitute 2 into our function. So we end up with 2 plus 7 squared over 1, 2, 1, which is going to give us 81 over 1, 2, 1, and that's just our answer there. For 3, we can work out f of 3, but that will give us a probability of 2 and 3. So we have to take away f of 2. So f of 2 we know was 81 over 1, 2, 1. F of 3, 3 plus 7 squared over 1, 2, 1 would give us 100, which is going to give us 19 over 1, 2, 1. That goes there. And then P of 4, okay, is going to be, so if we wanted to work out probability of x equals 4, we have to f of 4 take away f of 3, because remember f of 3 already takes into account probability of 2. So that's going to be our 1, take away our 100 over 1, 2, 1, okay, which is going to give us 21 over 1, 2, 1. When you add these three up, we should get up to 121 out of 121. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if not, and I will find another example to go through with you. Bye.